Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion, your host, the Hut, and we are back here at the Baseball Hut too, waiting out the rain delay, believe it or not. But before we get into this video about Nolan Arenado, I need you to subscribe and like this video and let me know what you think about this interesting proposal and that has popped up. This will be like in two pieces, quite frankly. First part. The Dodgers and the Cardinals have had discussions to trade 8-time All-Star Nolan Arenado from the Cardinals to the Dodgers. What do you think of that? And not only that, but this could be potentially a blockbuster deal, a blockbuster trade. Now, it's been a very quiet few days. Now, we have 5 days as I record this video before the trading deadline, and it's been very quiet. I mean, we've had a couple of moves. The Dodgers have been very active. Obviously, they made the deal for Rosario. They made the deal for Kiki Hernandez. But this is a major trade that we're just going to discuss in this video. Now, as you know, Arenado spent most of his career with the Rockies, and in the offseason of 20 going into 21, he got traded to the Cardinals. But there was a lot of rumors back then that the Dodgers were extremely interested in making that trade. The Dodgers really like Arenado. Who wouldn't? The guy is a future Hall of Famer. He's probably considered the greatest defensive third baseman this side of Brooks Robinson. So he is a guy that is coveted, and he is coveted. That's the word being used when it comes to the Dodgers wanting Arenado. I'm going to read you a couple of things. CBSSports.com. Dodgers Cardinals have discussed Arenado. If you're looking for a blockbuster deal of Shohei Ohtani, well, we know Ohtani, he's not going anywhere. In fact, that guy is just a freak. The guy pitched a one-hit shutout against the lowly Tigers in the first game of a doubleheader, and in the second game he hit 2 home runs. Unreal. Perhaps it would be the Cardinals trading superstar third baseman Nolan Arenado. That could be the big trade. The Dodgers covered Arenado and have engaged the Cardinals in trade discussions on him, according to the Los Angeles Times. The report also indicates he is willing to waive his no-trade clause only for a trade to the Dodgers, which is an interesting nugget. Further, it's possible a deal would include a starting pitcher such as Jordan Montgomery or Jack Flaherty. Arenado's 32 enters Thursday, hitting .287, .335 on base, a .521 slug with an OPS plus of 130. With 19 doubles, 2 triples, 22 homers, 77 runs batted in, 48 runs scored, and a 2.1 WAR this season. Now, I would mention he got off to a very slow start. The Cardinals got off to a terrible start, and they've been bad all year. He's still owed $109 million from 2024 to 27, though the Rockies are paying him $15 million of that from when they traded him to the Cardinals. The Dodgers have been playing Max Muncy at third base, but he could move back to second base, which moves Mookie Betts back to the outfield in order to accommodate Arenado. Now I'm going to read you DodgerBlue.com. The Dodgers have engaged talks with the St. Louis Cardinals to acquire the 8-time All-Star third baseman, according to people with knowledge of the situation, but who are not authorized to speak publicly. With the Cardinals looking to replenish their starting pitching pipeline, Dodgers prospects Bobby Miller, Ryan Papiet, Emmett Sheehan, and Gavin Stone have been among those targeted in the Arenado trade talks. The Cardinals would want young pitchers pitching in a deal. They have Bobby Miller, Gavin Stone, Ryan Papiet, Emmett Sheehan, and talks according to people with knowledge of the situation. A trade would also likely include the Dodgers sending Max Muncy or Chris Taylor, if not both. So we're talking about a lot of players changing hands. You could possibly see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You could probably talk about 8 to 10 players in this deal. Given the current state of the Dodgers rotation, trading at least one of Miller and Sheehan in a package for Arenado presumably would not be done unless receiving a starter from the Cardinals as well. Stone struggled in his brief time with the Dodgers, and Pipiet is on rehab assignment as he works to return from a left oblique strain suffered at the end of spring training. Potentially including Muncy and Arenado trade alleviates the logjam for the Dodgers. Muncy conceivably could play second base if he remained with the Dodgers, but that would impact the future of Miguel Vargas and Mookie Betts' time up the middle. I would mention this, that if the Dodgers were to get Arenado, that means the Cardinals have an opening at third base, and they would probably put Jordan Walker at third base. He's a third baseman by trade, and they've been sort of force-feeding him in the outfield. So he would be the third baseman for the Cardinals going forward. So they would have somebody there to take over for Arenado in case there's a deal. The Dodgers have long sought to acquire Arenado, including when he appeared to be on the verge of becoming a free agent. That was squashed when the Rockies signed him to an 8-year, $260 million contract in February of 2019. Arenado later grew frustrated with Rockies ownership and sought a trade in 21. But Dick Manfred refused to deal him within the National League West, much less with the Dodgers. So this would be a massive trade. You could probably potentially see 8 to 10 players getting moved in this kind of a deal. All kinds of prospects, major league players. Now they said, and I've read other places, that the sort of the chances of a trade is rather slim. However, the fact that he is willing to waive his no trade clause to go to Los Angeles says a lot. Also, I believe he's from California, so he would want to go home and finish his career there. And I would think that he would probably waive. He probably wouldn't opt out of his contract to stay in Los Angeles. The Cardinals are in a very weird situation. We've not seen this with the Cardinals. But the Cardinals have been so bad. I mean, you can't make up how bad the Cardinals have been. The pitching's been bad. Their offense has been bad. They have so many players out of position. You have center fielders second. You got second baseman in the outfield. You got third baseman in the outfield. It's crazy, and their defense has been terrible. That's not the Cardinals' way. I mean, I think we can agree on that. The Cardinals play good defense. They're built on speed. And not for nothing, they have older superstars in Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt. So you have to wonder, at what point do you pull the cord on one of these guys? The Dodgers have a very good farm system. They always have a good farm system. They have a top 4 farm system in Major League Baseball. The Cardinals do not. They got a bottom of Major League Baseball in terms of their farm system. Farm system is bad. Well, you let me know what you think about this video. And, of course, please subscribe to the Baseball Hut as we get closer and closer and closer to the trade deadline. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.